Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Sorry about the weird angle for this first part here, but today I'm going to be working with the Carousel collection because I have this really fun photo. It's oversized, it's a 5x7, and I love this shot. And I'm going to work with using this, it's a chipboard to trace the hearts that I want to do to make it work with the sketch for today. So I'll get you on fast forward so you can see what I can create, but I'm downstairs today working through it. So you're gonna see it come back live with all the hearts already cut out with, like I said, I'm using Maggie Holmes Carousel collection. Okay, so you can see that I have my pattern papers all cut out from that heart, and my first decision is I have this really cool color of embroidery floss that match perfectly. The only thing is when I went to go do this stitching, half of it was I don't know, like stuck together. It was hard as a rock, the string. And so when I went to go stitch with it, it was tearing my paper. So I had to cut it, which gave me these little tiny chunks of embroidery floss I had to use. So I had to be very wise about where I stitched because there was not going to be enough to cover up all the hearts, and thankfully there was enough to do what I needed it to do with the photo in the middle there. So yeah, that was a fun adventure. It took me a long time to stitch because I had to go and thread my needle every couple minutes, and oh my goodness, it took a long time. But I really like the way that it looks in the end, and the color was just, it's a perfect pop there. So I go ahead and glue down the hearts. You can see I've switched out my photo. The photo I originally wanted to use, it's just too big for what I was doing with the hearts. It just wasn't working. I wasn't happy with it. It was covering up too much of the hearts there, and I just chose not to do it. So I then chose a photo of Jackson when he was a toddler there. I loved that photo of him being happy and smiling. I think that was like on his second birthday, if I am recalling correctly. And I was going to use that, but I just didn't have a good title for it, and I was struggling, and I don't want to struggle right now. Like I am trying to get 30 sketches done in a day, like layouts done. You don't want to struggle with what you're doing. So I finally decided on this photo of Sean, Jackson, and myself. Now this was taken on Jackson's birthday. He turned 6 this year, and I love this photo so much. I think having Jackson in the middle really shows off his features of who he looks like, because he is a really good mix of Sean and I find. He definitely has both parts of us in him, and he's a very handsome little guy there. And so that's what I decided to do. Now I was thinking I would make this kind of like, this will be my layout that I talk about, like the mushy stuff, like how are you 6 and because the other one will be his birthday party that he had, and then the other one was him with his cake, because I always do a layout with him and his cake. So I decided to kind of go ahead and do that. I went in to my little birthday bin embellishment there. I know yesterday I was talking about how my goal is to get through these and make sure that I go into them on every layout so something gets added. So I did. I added the big llama, and I added the Celebrate You. I'm going to add this Project Life card there. So I get a lot used up, and I make it into like a fun little embellishment cluster. Now this covers up a ton of hearts and some of that stitching I did, but I really do like the way that it looks. Now my problem is I don't know how to deal with the bottom, and I'm not sure. You can also see that I added the border around the entire layout. Now that was something I had cut out. I really was using the other side of it for another project, and I love that blue. That cobalt blue is like one of my favorite colors when it comes to scrapbooking. So I had to save a little bit of it, but it's just this tiny little bit, and it would be really hard to make it a background border to like glue the actual cardstock onto the blue. So instead I'm doing it the other way. So it's now like a frame. But I wasn't sure that I was going to like that. I'm struggling down with the bottom with what to do. I'm thinking my title should be going there. I don't know what to do. I'm struggling. You can see that there. So what I end up doing is I am going to put the 6 up by the llama, and the happy birthday I'm going to make into a little tag and put that up on the other side, and that just kind of frames it out. And I really love the way that it all turns out. And then the frame comes back in the end. So this is my layout for today. We have Sarah Scraps joining us, so please make sure you head on over and check her out because she's joining us, as well as, of course, Daisy and Moira and Crystal and Shannon and Jen. And as always, the links will be below. It was nice to have a process video for you today. I know I've been doing a lot of shares, so it was nice to kind of get that done. And you guys, I'll see you tomorrow with day 22. Oh my goodness. We're getting close to the end. Can you believe it? There's a look at my finished layout with the frame. I think it really helped kind of finish it off. See everyone tomorrow. Bye.